global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happiness Today. One of the beautiful things about Nigeria as a country is that we are blessed not just in human resources, but mineral resources and natural resources. In places seemingly impossible, probably has the most of the natural resources that could change the narrative of the country. In in no particular order, Nigeria has so many resources that you cannot say this region is the one that is most blessed or the other. Because if you are to take cross section of the usefulness of some of their resources, natural resources, you will agree with me that we need one another, to make Nigeria great. But Nigerians are wondering what is the case. One of the northern politicians had actually looked at the likes of old politicians who had mounted as it and said they goofed when they were supposed to be in position of authority, that they should have restructured the nation so that Nigeria would have been great again, would have been greater than what it is right now. But well, we cannot begin to cry over spilled milk. We only need to look forward. For the first time in a very long time, the northerners and the southerners are speaking one language, and that one language, shockingly, is Peter Obi. In a moment, you're going to find out why they're speaking that language and why Nigerians all of a sudden seem to be united just like football is to Nigeria in one language. You're going to find out what it is Peter Obi said that made the Northerners to make a U-turn. I mean, the ones who understand the dynamics of the fact that they also need improvement in their region to make a U-turn to support Peter Obi. In a moment, you're going to find that out. But before we do that, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube very quickly. Peter Obi, a People's Democratic Party (PDP) presidential hopeful, revealed that northern Nigeria gets something better than crude oil in the south. Shocking, right? Find out why. In February 2023, Nigerians will be out again to choose a president who will lead them for another 4 years after the tenure of the incumbent president Buhari. Many politicians have begun to talk about their ambitions and how they could develop Nigeria and solve the many issues facing the country if elected into office. In an interview with Peter Obi, a two-term governor of Anambra State and a presidential hopeful in the People's Democratic Party, explained one of the ways to improve the economy of Nigeria. He noted that the northern Nigerians should understand that the vast area of land in their region is a great asset that is even far better than the crude oil in the south. Mr. Obi made it known that if the land in the north is fully opened up and put into use, it is bigger than what they have in Vietnam, and it can feed the whole of Nigeria. According to Peter Obi, California in America does not have crude oil, and yet it is richer, far richer than Texas, which does have oil. Well, that is food for thought. Whether you like it or yes, everybody needs food. Okay, let's leave sentiment. I'm not saying let's get this straight. I am not saying that the South does not have land though. Of course we do. Every region have one vast land or the other. But when you talk to issue of land mass, come on, let's tell ourselves the truth. They do not have it in quantum. I'm not also saying that some of the goods or some of the product or goods or farm produce that is being done in the north cannot be found in the south. Of course it can, but the question is, do they have economic commercial advantage? The reason why you keep hearing things like cabbage being produced in large quantity in the north, onions being produced in large quantity in the northern part of Nigeria, the likes of potatoes, the likes of green pepper, cucumbers, and you name it, granite, beans, you name it, millet, sorghum, wheat. It's simply because they've got those large land mass in quantum. While in the southern part of Nigeria is mostly surrounded by water, And that's why you keep seeing things, seaports everywhere. You keep seeing also, you don't find it unusual to see oil in our land simply because hey, we have a lot of oil, we have fossil fuels, and it's economic value, but it's just like a Peter B will say, it's just a case of leadership misunderstanding, or leadership not understanding how to harness their natural resource to the betterment of not just the region but Nigeria as a whole. Nigeria is a country, 200 over 200 million Nigerians. Imagine the north feeding the whole of 200 million Nigerians, and Nigeria is restructured. They should even be clamoring for restructuring as well, because that whole mass, that whole amount of land mass. We go, like, imagine that you just take a queue where onions from the north goes for like 10 for 15 naira, and you're producing the same onions in the south. You can't possibly be selling 10 for 15 naira, because the onions in the north is much more. So they can crash down the price to make more sales. But those in the southern part may not be able to crash down the sales, because they have to look at the time spent, the energy spent, and the little mass land they are using to do that. So they have more economic advantage when it comes to produce than even the southern part. And if it is honest, look, we are all blessed. But we should stop looking at ourselves on ethnical lines, or else we will not get the best of Nigeria. Nigeria have what it takes. But just our leaders are just messing us up in a big time, trying to join our heads together, join issues together with us. We have what it takes to make this country great. But then the question is, can we have the right leader to direct this country, or else restructuring should be in order for that. Nigerians have reacted to this. It will shock you. Even the northerners are even the ones saying it the loudest. And this one here is saying, the Almighty God, please give us Peter Obi as president. You can imagine. This person here is saying, please don't just pray, mobilize and go out and vote. Meanwhile, pray for the primaries, because that's the truth. The primaries will determine that. This person here say, oh well, Peter Obi is dead right. What the North gets is real blessing. All they need to do is to improve and harness what God has given to them, and the sky is their limit. And that person is saying the northern leaders are just being lazy, honestly. And that person here is saying, another person here is saying he's the only sincere politician in Nigeria, north, south, east, and west. Peter is the only one to trust. If we get it wrong this time, then Nigeria is gone. Strong statement, I must say. But another person here, all these people I'm reading are all northerners. And that person here is saying Peter Obi is 100% correct. And that person is a man with a present vision to change the country. And that person here is saying, looks good on paper. How practicable is it? How practicable is farming? Excuse me? Let's remove corruption, bureaucracy, and the money is entering the wrong hands with the them in leadership. Let those monies, don't turn it to money, turn it to farm inputs, farm produce. Give them fertilizers. Open it up. Let there be good roads. Remove insecurity from the north. Let those lands that are lying fallow where people are going, give them mechanized farming, and see the way they will produce goods en mass. Nigeria don't even need to import anything. We'll be self-sufficient. It's just corruption. Corruption and insecurity is making us look as if we're a country going nowhere. Let's meet in that conversation. Do you agree with what Peter Obi said? I, for one, I think